Hello online pipe community, Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. Today we have another Parsimonious pipe and a couple of shout outs. Today's Parsimonious pipe is a Gold Coast, not quite Dublin Billiard. I've got a Gold Coast Dublin that has more of the Dublin shaped bowl, fan shaped bowl and the forward cant. This one, the dimensions are spot on for it to be a billiard, and a billiard should have just that slight cant forward. Now you notice this pipe does not have that gold band that the Gold Coast pipes are so famous for right down the middle. From what I understand, over the years, Gold Coast was a sub-brand, at least initially, of Pipes by Lee. At some point in time, it appears to have been sold, the entire brand, and underwent a transformation from having really been a solid seconds line to the Lee pipes to being a little more of a drugstore type pipe. And so this still has the screw-in stem and stinger, but it doesn't have that nice embellishment of the gold band around the middle, and the grain is rather nondescript, which the other Gold Coasts that I've seen are pretty pipes. This one's just kind of, it's an everyday workhorse pipe. In it, I am smoking another Smoky's Cigar Shop from Knoxville, Tennessee blend. This one is called Marble City, and it has a light natural sweetness to it. Does not taste like a topping at all. Does not taste sugary. The bag note smells of Virginia and maybe a little Perique, not spicy but plummy. I'm not sure if this is a vapor or not. The farther I get into the bowl, though, the more the sweetness tastes a little more like grass. I've had a few bowls, and it does not bite. It does not burn hot. I have chooched on it and not gotten burnt. So whether the Virginias are mellowed out with some burley, I do not get any real bite from this, even if I smoke it faster than I should. Of course, the flavor is better. If grass, it can be good. The flavor is better when you smoke it more slowly. Many of you know I am not a huge fan of grassy Virginias. This is falling in that direction. So rather than beat that one to death, I would actually call this a 3, though, in my 1 to 5 rating. It is not a bad tobacco. I wouldn't smoke it again. Probably, I definitely wouldn't buy it again. But for those of you who like a milder Virginia instead of the over-the-top brown and black Irish twists that I love, this might be worth giving a try. It does have a nice, very mild, natural sweetness to it. Yeah, 3. Let's take a closer look at this pipe. First thing you'll notice in the before and after, above and below pictures, is that there's not a whole lot of difference on the stummel. This stummel was actually pretty clean. It's dinged up and nicked and scratched and all of that, but it was not dirty. And so there really was not a lot. When I cleaned this up with Murphy's Oil Soap, there wasn't much that came off of it around the edges of the bowl. Now, the stem, as you can see, the stem did clean up nicely, got the oxidation off of that. Looking at the top is where we can see a before and after difference. Of course, the stem, but now let's take a look at that rim. This was one I took a bit of a chance on, and when I got all of the lava cleaned up off the top and got it reamed out, you can see the inside of this rim is charred pretty badly. I did not sand all of that down. If I were going to give this to somebody else, I would go ahead and sand that down. The top is beveled to begin with, so sanding that out, I could either choose to keep the bevel or I could just top it and take it down flat, and nobody would know the difference. As many of you know, though, I don't restore my own pipes back to showroom quality. I like to leave some of the scars to remind myself that this was somebody else's pipe, and this one was obviously somebody else's very well loved pipe. Look at that scorching. The briar is still solid around that, but the inside of that bowl, that has seen some flame, folks. I didn't do a before and after of the stamping on this one because there just wasn't that much difference. This is an after, as you can see by how black the stem is. Gold Coast is still there, using the same script that you would have seen on, if you go back and look at any of my other Gold Coast pipe videos. That script is exactly the same as the script on the ones that had the gold bands. What I don't see here, and I could not find, I did a tracing on it with pencil too. I could not even find a hint of the lion shield emblem that the old or that the ones with the gold bands have. So I'm not entirely sure if they dropped that or if that's been buffed out. The stamping itself for a pipe that's been this well loved, not terribly bad. Here again, you see one of the choices that you have to make when you are cleaning up your own pipe. If it starts out as bad as the one, as you can see there, the upper picture, you have to decide just exactly how meticulously clean you want it. I took it back to where there was just the metallic sheen, and it looks like a little bit of what's left right there at the joint between the stinger and the stem. That looks like a little bit of corrosion. I could not get that off. I used a very fine steel wool on this to get the rest of it down. But the inside of that stem was just as brown as that stinger. This one took a lot of pipe cleaners. In particular, since I cannot get this stinger off, so I had to be able to force the pipe cleaners through the stinger in order to get that airway completely clean. That took a lot of pipe cleaners, a lot of alcohol. It eventually came clean, and it is smoking very, very sweetly right now. I'm not getting any ghosting from inside the stem. Now, I only spent $15.17 on that one, including shipping and handling. So it's no loss. It did fill in a shape gap in my seconds collection. So I may come back to this one at some point in time and deal with that rim. I may not. It all depends. If I come up with another Billiard that's similar but in much better condition, then chances are good I'll actually finish this one off and give it away. But for $15, hard to complain. It's a good smoker. Perfectly fine. Only a couple of shout outs this week. First one, Dry Fly Fisher 11. Not a content provider, but thank you for your support of my channel. Do appreciate it. The second one, and a link will be down below. The second one I had a hard time finding today when I wanted to go find his channel so that I could get the link. He's changed his name. Scott Taylor is now Night Train Piper. He is a content presenter, and I think you'll like him. Definitely check out his link down below. Give him a little sub love. Watch a few of his videos. I think you'll be entertained. Well, you know what? For those of you who have made it this far, another tobacco giveaway. If you are someone that I have not sent anything to in the last year, just be the first person to say, hey, I want to try that Marble City. And we'll work out the shipping. All right, folks. It is a dark and dreary and rainy, drizzly night here in North Carolina. But I am at least enjoying this pipe. I hope you do too. Light something you like. Enjoy your evening.